Alright, hello guys and welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm Tippy from the GooglyGooeys and today we will be answering your questions about vinyls. So, what are vinyls? So people always ask us, is it waterproof? How do you cut it? Why is it not as sticky? Why are some vinyls harder to cut than the others? What is the curing time? Do you have to put something on your work for it to cure or for it to be permanent? And is it something that you can use for a long time? Or how do you clean the surface? And how do you pick the colors? Alright, so first off, before we begin, we'd like to give you some reminders. Well, first of all, we know that crafting is actually an evolving process. So for example, if you have suggestions and what can be improved, please comment down below so we can also read it in the future. And we can probably address it if there's like a better way of addressing something like a process or a material, then we would also love to know like what we can do. Alright, so we're open to suggestions. Second, we'd like to remind you that this is just a video. This has been edited, but of course, this is a product of a lot of trial and error through the years. And then lastly, if this video is of benefit to you, like if you're able to learn a thing or two from this video, please give it a thumbs up and kindly subscribe to our channel because it will really help us put out more content similar to this. Okay, so let's begin. So people always ask us, is vinyl waterproof? Yes, actually a lot, or if not most of the vinyl stickers are moisture resistant or waterproof. It means you can actually wet them and wash them. But of course, we'll let you know later how long the curing time is. Okay, so the second question that we get all the time is that people always ask us, what's the difference between Oracal 631, 641, and 651? Well, first of all, Oracal 631 is, well, it's not in your shop. It's a temporary vinyl, so you can actually easily remove it. Then we also have Oracal 641. 641 and 651, they are permanent vinyls. It's just that 641 is less sticky. When you hold it, it's less sticky. But actually, it's also a permanent outdoor vinyl. And it just takes time for it to adhere to the surface. Alright, so when you're shopping for materials, just take note if you're buying 641 or 651. Again, these are permanent vinyls and 631 is the temporary vinyl. And of course, beyond Oracal 641 and 651, there are of course a lot of other types of vinyls like Tech Wrap Holographic, Tech Wrap for Joy, and then there are still a lot of other brands. So I hope this is something that you'll take time to discover, and you can also check like on what surfaces they actually work best on. Okay, so speaking of temporary vinyls, we also have this vinyl on our shop. It's mirrored, and it's mirrored silver and mirrored gold. They're temporary vinyls. They're good for balloons, but they're not really good for mugs. We'd like to share this info because of course we don't want you to be frustrated about just finding out that it doesn't really work on glass surfaces. So it usually works on flat paper, and let me clarify that's flat paper. So if it's textured paper, it won't adhere to the surface as well. The next is curing times. People always ask, is there anything that I need to put on my project for it to adhere to the surface, for it to be permanent? You can actually make sure that you let your project cure or sit for 24 to 48 hours. In 1 to 2 days, you're not supposed to touch it, you're not supposed to wash it, you're not supposed to heat it. Well, actually, speaking of heat, some people actually use heat gun for it to become permanent. For me, after the curing time, I actually placed it in my dish dryer. So because of the heat, I think it helped the vinyl adhere to the surface. Did I put anything on my glass projects? Actually, none. I just used the vinyl. And what I was showing you a while ago, it was actually our soap dispenser. It has been in our bathroom for a year. Then I also have a tumbler. It's been here for it's been like that for a couple of years now. And then some people also ask So how do I clean the surface of my vinyl? So actually, one of the reasons why your vinyl won't stick to your surface is that you really have to make sure that before applying your vinyls, you have to make sure that the surface of your material is clean and free from oil, grease, and dust. Use alcohol on the surface if that's feasible. If not, you can wash it with soap and water so that it's really clean and it will adhere to the surface for a longer period of time. And then number 5, so people always ask, like, how do you pick the colors? So this is something I learned from my sister-in-law since she studied fashion. You know, I love colors, but actually I really have no system, but she gave me this clue. As long as the colors belong to the same family, they will look good together. You can actually also start with one color and then gradually build it up. When we talk about color families, for example, the way we grouped it in our shop, we have neutrals, we have dark, we have it in metallics. So we grouped it that way so that it's easier for you and me and our team to create a palette when we want to start with projects. And you can also make a mock-up. So this is something that we actually do. We would create a mock-up on our computer or simply put the vinyl sheets side by side to see how they look like together. So, alright, so number 6. Number 6, people would always ask, why is my material or my vinyl not cutting properly? So you have to check 3 things: your mat, your blade, as well as the quality of your vinyl, or also your machine. So speaking of your mat, it has to be sticky. Number 2, your blade, you have to make sure that there's no tiny particle that's stuck on your blade that's trying to pull all your materials, like trying to destroy the materials. And then 3rd, your machine. So you actually also have to figure out, like, what's the capability of your Cricut cutting machine. And another thing, you also have to look at the pressure that you apply on the vinyl. For example, you don't get it right the first time, that's fine. You can do another pass. Alright, and of course, people would also ask, like, do you save your vinyls after each project? Of course we do. Like, we keep them all, like all the tiny sides, all the tiny shapes that we can keep. We keep them for future projects. There you go. I guess that's it for today. And if you have any questions, just tell us either in the comments below or on our Facebook page, facebook.com/theGooglyGooeys, or you may also reach us on instagram.com/GooglyGooeys. And we're actually also on TikTok, where we share our process videos. And then if you're looking for vinyls, we're also on Shopee, and we also have a web shop. There you go. And lastly, of course, we want to see your works. If you share a post or an IG story, please tag us so we can share it too. And of course, we would love to see your output. We also want to know what you guys are up to. There you go. We'll see you again next time, and I hope that you were able to learn a thing or two from this session. Again, I am Tippy from Team GooglyGooeys. See you next time. Bye-bye. Say bye, Relly.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
See you next time.
Bye. Like and subscribe. Oh, bye.